we're back with more action from the mat at the 2011 Beat the Streets Battle on Broadway here on FCS. And welcome back to the Battle on Broadway here on Fox College Sports. We're going to be moving to 74 kilos where speed kills. And the guy with that speed is Jordan Burroughs. Speed, athleticism, and superior technique. A two-time NCAA champion and three-time All-American. And 2011 Dan Hodge winner a month ago. He was winning a national championship for your alma mater, the University of Nebraska, and winning a Dan Hodge trophy. Now he's already just saying, forget this wait time. I'm going right in pursuit of my Olympic dreams right here on Times Square. He'll have to refine his style a little bit with his blast doubles will work on this level, but he's still got to work on his defense a little bit, and this will be a good test for him with Aniuar Geduev of Russia.
Jordan, as you see him, he's been very successful already in his international career, but it's all about basically learning, transitioning from your college wrestling days, that's collegiate wrestling, to international wrestling. It's a two different type of sport, and be able to go into either Greco or freestyle. And Jordan has a great drive explosion single that almost nobody can stop. And if he can continue to execute it, not get into these methodical matches, you should see great things from Jordan in this match.
And the one thing about the double leg on the international level, you take him right over to your back. It's just the 2 points in college. Internationally, it's a difference between a 1-point takedown and 3 points. So we're going to see Jordan Burroughs, grew up about 90 minutes from here in Sicklerville, New Jersey. 22 years old, actually younger than his Russian opponent. 2006 New Jersey High School state champion. Won the U.S. Open a month after winning the NCAA championships. Not too many wrestlers do that. We're here in the early going against 24-year-old Aniuar Geduev. And Rulon, something you really got to watch with Burroughs. Not just his speed, but it's that reshot double leg where he'll shoot the double back to his knees and then just reshot back right in. Just suck you right in with the legs and score. Well, there's the first shot.
Speaking of right there.
That's almost if on cue.
Jordan knowing exactly, seeing what your opponent does. If he respects you, you have an opportunity to pass it by, try to get behind. If he doesn't respect you, you go right into the reshot. And if possible, you take him out of bounds for the 1-point takeout. And so there's many different aspects here. So Geduev, his goal is to really change the level, be in good position, control the match, not knowing too much about each other. It's all about filling your opponent out, especially in the first minute of the match.
Jordan Burroughs, the extent of his freestyle experience is just a 2008 Junior World Team. Did not wrestle freestyle in high school. And it wouldn't really show by winning the U.S. Open earlier last month back in Cleveland.
Well, it's all about transitioning in from where you start. Wrestling's always a continual evolution. Each wrestler has a different style of wrestling, and Jordan's made a great transition.
There's the double, and he takes Geduev down to the mat for one.
Great power opportunity here. Geduev is trying to hit a switch position. Jordan comes around behind for the 1-point takedown. Good, simple execution. Very powerful, very dominant.
20 seconds to go here on the restart. Jordan Burroughs showing his speed and his quickness. They call him the Usain Bolt of college wrestling because of that speed.
Quickness, explosion, and opportunity to finish your shot. And that's his one thing he has, is that double leg that nobody can stop.
One thing Burroughs will have to be aware of, and one of the rules he really doesn't like comparing from college to the freestyle scene, is that push out, because in college so many people were afraid of his double, they just back up to the edge. But the first period gonna go to Jordan Burroughs with that blast double. So what we knew about Jordan Burroughs coming in, he has executed those tasks.
He has, and the one thing that's scary, right at the very end there, he kind of relaxed a little bit, even though time was running out. His great explosion, Jordan with the great execution of the double leg, only got 1 point for the takedown. If you can get exposure there, take your opponent to his back. It's a 3-point throw. Execution, finishing the double leg right to a Turk, right to your opponent, right down to the single point takedown.
Wonder if he's going to give credit to Mark Manning for that one.
Well, I think some of the skill probably started when he was a little kid, growing up learning that blast double leg. A lot of people love a double leg, and it's hard to be able to execute it at the international level that good. Jordan is a special wrestler at such a young age.
Well, Rulon, even though you were a Greco-Roman wrestler and didn't have to deal with too many double leg attempts during your college days, maybe some of those big boys were throwing at you. And how hard was it to defend when somebody got to your legs that deep?
Well, one of the wrestlers my senior year, Sylvester Terkay, was about 6'7", and he had a blast double leg, and he would hit it from about 8 feet away, and you couldn't stop him. So, you have a good, strong wrestler. Another one is Stephen Nail, who won the World Championships, played professional football. Blast double legs. You got to have your balance. And Jordan here, just great anticipation, good action. Neither wrestler has scored here. Both of them are close to the edge. It's all about, action, reaction, counteraction. Geduev tried to do a little front headlock position here. Jordan's very comfortable at that low level here. Front headlock position again from Geduev. Trying to come around for the single point, but knows if he gets close to that edge, he could go out there and get taken out for 1 point. So a lot of tactical wrestling here on the edge of the mat.
Trying to come behind. Burroughs coming up through the back door, gaining the ankles, and gets control in the takedown here with 1 minute to go. So a counter takedown for Jordan Burroughs, giving him a 1-0 lead halfway through period number 2.
Geduev trying to force the action, trying to hip into Jordan, push him out of bounds, get him close to the edge, but Jordan not baiting it. He's not thinking, this is all or nothing, being very comfortable, and that's something that just takes time, is to have that confidence, the mat awareness of where you're at and all the situations, and Jordan has a lot of it, still needs a little bit of execution and fine tuning of that double leg he has, but he's just an impressive athlete at such a young age.
Boom, blast double, Jordan Burroughs, and goes right to a lace. Are they going to give him the lace? Looks like they're just going to give him the takedown. So a 2-0 lead for Jordan Burroughs, hitting that blast double again.
Just very powerful, and it's very hard to beat, especially when you get fatigued. Standing up a little bit more, not thinking your opponent can still hit you with a shot like that. That just shows how strong Jordan is, especially this close to the end of the period.
Good job by Burroughs, knowing where the edge of the mat is to avoid the push out.
Jordan going down, switching off to a single leg, knowing that he has a 2-0 lead. He can give up a 1 point takedown and feel like
he steps
okay.
around. Great move by Geduev, but too little too late with 2 seconds to go. They give him the 1 point. He just stepped over. That was just pure feel.
Knowing that Geduev was so close to being out of bounds, he knew that if Jordan went, he would go out of bounds. So he knew that he could probably step over that and get the 1 point takedown, but it's not enough.
Tremendous way to finish for the Russian, but it's going to be a 1-0, 2-1 victory for the United States at 74 kilos. That's going to give the U.S. a 3-1 match lead here against the Russian.